the rest of the story. Charlie was a pharmacist, a druggist. For quite some time, his right ankle had been bothering him, so finally, 1949, he went to the doctor, and the doctor took x-rays, and the x-rays revealed a chipped bone and some arthritis. Charlie explained that 5 years before, he had injured the ankle playing volleyball, no dislocation, diagnosis, a severe strain. And now, 5 years later, it was obvious there had been more to it than that. The doctor told Charlie he'd have to operate, and in the autumn he did, and there would be a cast for about 3 months, and when the cast was removed, the doctor warned that Charlie must exercise that ankle as much as possible. A lot of walking on soft ground. Had Charlie ever considered taking up golf? Well, in fact, he had. So after the operation, Charlie's ankle spent the winter in a cast. Spring of 1950, the cast came off. Again, Charlie's doctor admonished the ankle must be exercised. Long walks on soft ground would be ideal, so the perfect sport as a therapy would be golf. Now, Charlie had played golf in college 15 years before, and he had enjoyed the game, so it did not take much coaxing to get him out on the golf course. Once there, however, he learned the difficulty of his doctor's prescription. Halfway down the fairway after his first tee shot, that right ankle was hurting terribly. Charlie began wondering if he would ever make it to the green. Charlie made it to the green, he sank his putt, and then sank to the short grass. His golfing companions rushed over and knelt by his side. Was Charlie all right? Perhaps one hole was enough on his first day out, and yet stubborn Charlie refused to quit. If he could only rest a little while, he said, sit on the bench beside the tee, take the load off his sore ankle just for a little while, he said, then he could go on. And he did. And he did go on. It was a humiliating day for Charlie, resting at each tee, detaining his friends. A humiliating day which he would never forget. Clearly, if he were to continue golfing while his ankle was mending, he would just have to play alone. Alone meant lonely. That evening, Charlie asked his 10-year-old son if the boy would like to walk around the golf course with his dad. The boy knew nothing about golf. He cared to know nothing about golf, but he loved his father and wanted to be with him. If that was golf, then that was good. So, Charlie, recuperating from an injured ankle, got his golfing companion, a tag-along youngster who would continue to tag along even after Daddy's ankle was well. More often than not, it is impossible to discern the precise moment in time when the wheels of any destiny begin to turn. But we know where it all began. For the pharmacist's son, for once upon a time, his daddy hurt his ankle and had an operation, and during the recuperation, golfing was prescribed as therapy, and Charlie's ankle got better and got well. But in the meantime, his son, the boy aged 10, who had started watching, started playing. You have just met, perhaps for the first time, an Ohio pharmacist named Jack Nicklaus. You already know his tag-along son, Jack, only now you know the rest of the story.